The morning sun was sharp, glinting off the chrome of motorcycles lined up outside a small roadside cafe. Among them sat a man named Marcus, a calm, composed black biker known for his discipline and quiet confidence. He was sipping his coffee, minding his own business, when a luxury car screeched to a halt nearby. Out stepped a sharply dressed man, gold watch glinting in the light, a phone pressed to his ear. He looked irritated, hurried, and entitled. Within moments, that arrogance would ignite something far darker, and something he would never forget. The cafe was a favorite pit stop for bikers traveling through the mountain pass. It wasn't a fancy place, just good food, honest people, and strong coffee. Marcus had been riding since dawn, clearing his mind from a week of long work shifts. He'd always loved the freedom of the road, the way it didn't judge by skin or suit. But the man who just walked in clearly didn't live by that code. He demanded attention, waving his platinum card as if it was a crown. The staff scrambled, uncomfortable, but Marcus stayed silent. He'd seen that look before, power without respect. As the rich man ordered, his gaze landed on Marcus. He sneered. Maybe it was the leather jacket, the dark skin, or the quiet confidence, but something about Marcus made him uneasy. When his coffee came, steaming and fresh, he smirked and walked straight toward Marcus's table. Without a word, he poured the boiling coffee onto Marcus's arm and face. The cafe froze. Gasps filled the air. The man laughed, a cruel, dismissive laugh. "Watch where you sit next time," he muttered, turning back toward his car. But fate had been listening, and karma was about to respond faster than anyone could imagine. Marcus didn't react with rage. He simply stood up, wiping his face with a napkin, his composure unbroken. The onlookers rushed to help, horrified, but Marcus only said one thing: "Let him go." His calm unnerved everyone. As the luxury car roared away, Marcus walked to his motorcycle, his movements slow and deliberate. He'd learned a long time ago that justice doesn't always come in fists. It comes when pride meets reality. And that reality was waiting just a few miles down the road. The mountain highway was narrow and slick with morning dew. The rich man's car sped recklessly, tires screeching around curves. He was on a call, yelling at someone about stocks and deadlines, too distracted to notice the construction sign ahead. His car hit gravel, fishtailed, and spun violently off the road. Within seconds, the expensive metal twisted around a tree. Smoke billowed. His screams filled the valley, desperate, terrified. Back at the cafe, Marcus heard the sirens. He put on his helmet, revved his bike, and followed. He didn't plan revenge. He followed because no one deserved to die like that, not even a man poisoned by his own hatred. When Marcus arrived, the car was already engulfed in flames. The rich man was trapped, pounding on the window, his gold watch catching the firelight. No one else was there yet. Marcus threw his jacket over his arm and approached through the smoke. The man screamed for help, the same man who had burned him moments earlier. Marcus grabbed the door handle. It was scalding hot, but he pulled until the metal gave way. With a final yank, he dragged the man out, coughing, shaking, crying. The arrogance was gone. The world had turned him from a king into a beggar. The man lay on the ground, trembling, his face pale with shock. Why would you help me?" he stammered, voice breaking. Marcus didn't answer right away. He looked at the man, the same one who saw him as less than human, and simply said, "Because I don't want to be like you." The ambulance arrived moments later, medics rushing in, but the silence between them spoke louder than any siren. The man wept, not just from pain, but from the weight of what he'd done. In the following weeks, news of the accident spread. Witnesses at the cafe had shared the story, how the biker who'd been humiliated ended up saving the life of his attacker. It reached local papers, social media, even TV. The rich man's company tried to suppress it, but truth has a way of traveling. When he recovered, he called the cafe looking for Marcus. But Marcus had moved on, still riding, still free. The man's apology came too late. Months later, a plaque appeared at that cafe. It read, "Kindness is strength. Hate is weakness." No one knew who had put it there, but everyone knew what it meant. Life has a way of turning the tables, sometimes within minutes. And for those who live without empathy, it only takes one twist of fate to realize that no amount of money or power can buy back humanity. Because in the end, it wasn't the coffee that burned, it was the pride behind it.